So, this is Laser. I did not think I would put out 2 videos in one day, but I just saw Dragonball Superhero. I have a few things to say about the movie. I'm gonna go to the negative first, because there's there's really not that many bad things about the movie. They just make one mistake and they keep going on with it, and that was the inconsistencies throughout the movie, the accuracy of how they portrayed some of the characters. And just want to say before I start talking, there's gonna be spoilers in this. So if you don't want to get spoiled on it, I would just click off. But one of the many things is how they again portray a lot of the characters. Is one example is Gohan. I find it hard to believe that after the Tournament of Power he would just stop training, or just stop training not as much as he's supposed to. Like, the idea that no one's going to attack the world is ridiculous. It's happened almost every time he says that, and he needs to be there. So I don't know why he would still, I felt like that was just unrealistic. I feel like he would have kept training after the Tournament of Power. And other inconsistent things were Goku. At the beginning of the movie, he berates Vegeta for meditating and thinking about, your mind during a fight, and he starts complaining that you need to move around. That was dumb to me, and this I already got spoiled on. I saw in another video, but I'll talk about it anyway. It makes no sense for Goku, a master martial artist, a dude that knows every aspect on how to be a very efficient fighter, would just downplay meditating. Realistically, Vegeta and Goku already knew the importance of meditation before they even went to the Tournament of Power. So why is this all of a sudden new? I don't know. That was dumb. That didn't make any sense to me. A few other things. I think it is sprinkled all throughout the movie, and I've only saw the movie once, so I'm going off by my memory. That's all I can remember. I'm gonna keep talking about some positives actually, and maybe something will come back to. I know there's a few others. There's a lot of fresh content. There's a lot of new ideas that either A, was very interesting and done well, or B, was something a lot of fans wanted to see. One would be the fact that Gohan has poor eyesight. I never knew that. I mean, I guess that's one inconsistency. He never, there was never, well, I think he did wear glasses. I'm trying to think. I don't remember much of the manga, but I think he did wear glasses in the manga. I'm not for sure. But it's cool that once he goes Super Saiyan, it just repairs his own sight, which makes sense. I feel like that would make a lot of sense. You basically get better in every aspect once you go Super Saiyan. Another few things was they finally aged up Goten and Trunks, which honestly they should have been aged up in Dragon Ball Battle of the Gods. It's been I think at that point it was 5 years after Majin Buu had happened or something like that. Gohan had a child at that point. In Majin Buu Saga, he was still in high school. Now he's in Battle of the Gods, he graduated, and I think maybe had a job. So it was just weird to me that they just now aged him up. But then they gave a really good, Gohan gave a really good reason for that. That made a lot of sense to me. And apparently, Saiyans, Gohan gave a really good reason for that. And apparently Saiyans, they stay small and childlike for a very long time, and then one day or 1 month or year they just shoot up in height and they just look a lot older, which Goku went through it. In Dragon Ball, if you've never watched it, Goku was small for a long time, then 7 years passed, and once we see him again, boom, he's a giant. He was a midget when he was a teenager. He was a midget. He was smaller than the average person. He was as small as Krillin. So for him to jump to get as big as he did was surprising. Same thing for Gohan. He was small for a very long time. Then after 5-7 years, he shot up in height. He looked totally different. I can assume the same thing happened to Vegeta, and the same thing happened to Goten and Trunks. They just shoot up in height. So, you know, it was really cool to see those new designs of those two. It was a long time coming. What else? They gave us some new transformations for Piccolo. I personally really liked it. His transformation, honestly, in the movie was really cool and really badass. Same thing for Gohan. I really like the transformation. Only thing I have against it is, again, the accuracy of how can they just jump in power. I get Piccolo, he wished for it, but Gohan, how can you just jump in power without training for apparently this long? Even in Dragon Ball Z, when he was a teen, he had to train to get stronger. And even with a rage boost, training helped make him stronger with that added rage boost. So I just felt like they kind of just gave him a new transformation on platter, but apparently he still trains a little bit in secret. Though I am wondering if this movie's basing it off the anime or the manga. If they're basing it off the anime, then the power scaling of some of these guys are kind of strange, because at the end, after fighting Cell Max, who was the enemy at the end, it's said that even if Goku and Vegeta were here, there's no guarantee they would have won, which is crazy to me, because I thought there was a big gap between Goku, Vegeta, and everyone else. Apparently, they've just jumped in power that much, which is wild. I'm a Gohan fan, so I'm always happy for a boost in power, but I imagine for some others, that's just kind of a large pill to swallow. But that would be the inaccuracy if it was based off of the anime. Now, if it is based off of the manga, then there's still inaccuracies, because in the manga, now I don't remember, I've forgotten a little. I will not lie to you, I'm not up to date on the manga, but Gohan was stronger in the manga, much stronger. To give an example, he fought Kefla in the manga, and it was a tie. So that's how much stronger he's more serious in the manga. So to see him stop training, if it is based on the manga, is strange. Now the power boost is not strange. Now that it makes more sense if it's based off the manga. Him getting that new transformation, it was just a long time coming. That makes a bit more sense. Just him, the lack of training he did doesn't. So there's some sort of inaccuracy if based on the anime something doesn't make sense, based on the manga something doesn't make sense. So yeah, I will say the script of the story is not bad. There's been a lot of other Dragon Ball movies with just much more worse ideas. Pretty much Dr. Gero had a grandson. I mean, I can't complain much about that. A lot of people have spouses that have other spouses. There's nothing really stupid about it. The grandson makes some androids, some really strong androids. Gohan's daughter's caught up in the mix, and they fight the androids and destroy them. Simple as that. I mean, it was a very just straight to the point story. I will say there's only one problem. Piccolo willingly, I won't even say it's a problem, because I think Piccolo knew she wasn't going to get hurt. Something could have gone wrong, but they always pulled through. So it was kind of smart on Piccolo to fake kidnap Gohan's daughter to bring out the power, and it worked. It did work. It brought him back to his mystic form, and it worked. It wasn't too stupid. One thing though I kind of wished we saw, I'm glad we saw Super Saiyan Gohan. That was cool. It's always nice to see him in Super Saiyan, but they didn't bring back Super Saiyan 2, which I know Dragon Ball Super is now more evident on skipping transformations. They usually go from Super Saiyan, and then boom, they go on to the last final stage, which is what Goku and Vegeta usually do a lot of the times, which I'm fine with it. I get it. Some transformations are just generally not that important. You could argue Super Saiyan 3 and 2 maybe should have never been made, but it would have been cool to see him in Super Saiyan 2, but seeing him in his mystic form was cool as well. And then going past that, I guess Gohan White, I don't know what you would call that transformation. You know, decent script. The animation was amazing. There were some points where it was very plain in the fighting choreography. That would be only. I would say the fighting choreography at some points was plain, and at other points, at other moments, it was godly. The animation was just. I would say it was on par with Dragon Ball Super Broly. It was really good. Definitely the best part of the movie. The best part of every Dragon Ball movie. So I was really impressed by that. The new animation they used definitely wasn't a downgrade. It worked. But if I had to give this movie a rating, honestly, it's only one problem, and that is the inconsistency of the movie. If it didn't exist in it, and they just changed a few things, it would have been just as good as Dragon Ball Super Broly, maybe better. But it comes down to being, I don't know, mediocre. I just can't get past the inaccuracy. If you can, then you may like it a lot more than me. I still really like the movie though, so I would give it like a 6 out of 10. That would be my opinions on it. So yeah.